Hi, my name is Janet, and welcome to my channel. Today we are doing makeup. I would love to show you guys the products that I use to achieve my alluring looks. So I will be going in with my matte poreless Fit Me foundation by Maybelline, my translucent powder by Laura Mercier. I will be using a couple of brushes. I will also be using my Maybelline concealer. I'm going in with my Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette. I'll be using my eyebrow pencil in the color light brown. And also, I will be using my beauty blender. And since it's the festive Christmas season, I am using my e.l.f. products. So I'll be using my Rose Gold Sunset Palette Eyeshadow Palette by e.l.f. And I will be using my e.l.f. Black Liquid Eyeliner. Now, before I start, I am actually going to tie my hair into a ponytail and get all of those curls out of the way so I can have leeway to work on my beautiful canvas, my beautiful chocolate canvas. I also pre-washed my face prior, and I added Jergens healing lotion to moisturize my face before I apply my makeup. It works so well and it adds moisture onto my face. You could use makeup primer, you could use Pond's moisturizing cream. I specifically prefer to use Jergens healing lotion because it's for dry skin, and I have both types. I have dry skin and I have oily skin. So here we go. I've already dabbed the foundation onto my wrist, and what I'm going to do is just start dabbing on dots onto my face, going upwards, and I'm giving my face full coverage so that I'm satisfied with a full face of base foundation that I can work with while I do my makeup applications, and to give myself such a flawless look. So I'm just dotting on the foundation. Now I'm going in with my damp beauty blender. I dampened it with cold water. And you could just see I'm beating my face. I went underneath my eyes, on my eyelid. I'm doing my eyelid because this is just giving me fresh foundation to apply the eyeshadow later. I love doing it that way. It makes it easier and quicker. The process easier and quicker. So as I'm beating my face, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, oh, well, that foundation is lighter than her skin. And you've seen me use two types of the same brand of foundation. My shades 370 and 375 in the Fit Me Poreless Matte Foundations. But this one is the 370, and it's actually working for me because my face gets lighter during the winter time. Now I'm just going to go in with my blush brush. I used a bigger brush instead of my foundation brush because this one is much softer. It gets the job done much quicker, and I'm just in love with the softness. I got these brushes in the Moda palette, the magical ones from Walmart, for less than $10. How affordable. And they are so soft. I'm in love with them. See how I just brush my face with the quickness and softness. And see how it's giving my face such a much more smoother, flawless look. You can see the visual definition of my face because of the ring light. Okay, so next I'm going in with my Maybelline concealer in the color 60 Cocoa. And I'm just concealing underneath my eyes. That was 4 strokes on one side. I'm doing 4 strokes on the other side. And this is just to lighten up beneath my eyes and above my cheeks and to conceal. And I'm also going to do on my forehead as well as on my chin. I love my cheekbones and my smile. Yeah. So now I am going to use my eyebrow pencil and do my eyebrows. You guessed it. So I decided that I was going to spend more time on the eyebrows and give you all a gift. So let's get into it. I'm using this eyebrow pencil that I purchased at my local beauty supply store for about $2 in the color light brown. And what I'm doing is I'm following the exact shape that I arched my eyebrow in. My eyebrows are naturally thick, and they're even thicker than this, so I had to go ahead and reduce the size. But even when it's at its fullest bush, it is even beautiful. All I have to do is trim it, and it's gorgeous. My eyebrows, of course. So you see me going at the farther corner, you see me going at the top. I'm just going with the flow, going with the actual shape of my brow, and then I'm shading it in with the light brown pencil, going to the tip, going in the middle. I'm actually following the directions of my hairs. I am following the directions of my hairs, and I'm going inwards. What I love about this brush, what I love about this pencil is that it's nice, it's chic. If I were to work with a heavy hand, my brows would not give me an overly dark color. It's just right. No matter how many strokes I do, the color of my brow will either remain light brown or it will go to a dark brown. So that's what I love about it. I can spend as much time I want onto my brows, if that makes sense. So I'm doing this other brow. I'm actually lining the arch, and then I'm lining the top arch. So I lined the bottom arch, I lined the top arch, and now I am just shading it in, going the directions that my hairs grow. I'm just going the directions. I'm just going with the motion. And where I begin my brows at the start, where they space apart, you can see the shape of my nose and the bridge of my nose. That is where I determine where I'm going to start. So as you can see this natural curve onto my nose. That is not contour whatsoever. That is the actual curve of my nose. That is where I'm going to begin. Say you have a much more narrow type nose. You might would want to start your brows off close together. But you see mine are further apart because I am going by the size of my nose as well. And that is a beauty tip that I learned from Rihanna years ago. So now I am using my double-sided tool, which has a spoolie and an angle brush, and I'm going to be using both. So first I'm using my spoolie just to comb my hairs into a direction that I please for my brows to look like. And I'm just making my brows look neat. And I'm doing the same on the other side. Can you see my hairs when I comb them up? Okay. And even if you have thin eyebrows, you know, you just work with them. But I do recommend, if you have darker brows, I would recommend a light brown shade. So now I am using my Maybelline concealer, and what I'm doing, I'm just cleaning up my brows to give me a much more waxed looking finish. So you can see me cleaning underneath my brow. I'm going to do the same for the top. I'm just following the shape of my eyebrow from start to finish. I'm doing the same for the top from start to finish. And what the concealer does, like I said, it conceals, so it gives you a much more cleaner look. So it gives you a cleaner look when you add the concealer around the perimeter of your eyebrows. It's like, okay, now your brows are taking on shape, like its full potential of shape. So I'm doing to the other side the same thing I did to the first side. And I'm using my angle brush with my Maybelline concealer in the color Cocoa. And I use only dabs of concealer. I don't use a lot because a lot of concealer would be a hot disaster, a hot mess is what that would be. So you want to use as less concealer as possible, because I said less is more. You will get your desired look that way by using less. You do not have to use a whole lot of product. So I'm still going in. See that double-ended tool? I recommend that. So I'm taking my finger to now fade away these concealer lines from above and below my eyebrows. Where they took shape, now it's time to get rid of those lines because you do not want them to be visible. Say you took a picture in flash photography, with flash photography. That would not be good. You'd be smiling in a photo with your eyebrow lines smiling right along with you. You do not want that. I don't want it for you. And I'm using my fingers, because that is more efficient. It gets rid of the lines. You could also use, you could use a Q-tip to do so. So now with my beauty blender, I'm just fading away the concealer from the bottom of my chin, and then I will be fading away the concealer from beneath my eyes and on my forehead. But yes, I will fade those lines even more. And I hope you guys were able to grasp on to the makeup, well, the eyebrow portion of the makeup tutorial. I'm sorry, y'all. It's a little early and I'm recording this audio. And so I do apologize if I seem a little, a little doozy when I do it, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm not trying to get rid of the concealer. I'm just blending it in to my foundation even more. And I'm fading it away just a little bit. And just enough to give me that highlight that I want. And I'm also blending in the concealer onto my eyelid. And like I said before, this is to give me the foundation base that I need in order to apply my eyeshadow. Less is more. So if y'all don't know by now, hey girl, hey, to achieve this look, I used less than 10 products. We are, oh my God, less than 10 products. Can you believe it? We are going somewhere with this. Okay. So I'm actually happy for that. And also, there is plenty of room for error, room for mistakes, because you learn from them and you correct them until you get it right. So I had an idea. I was going to use my foundation to get rid of those concealer lines, but I said, forget it, because the concealer, no, my foundation was about the same color as my concealer. So what I'm now doing is I'm just going at the beginning of my brows and I'm fading them even more. And I'm just making sure things are smooth on my forehead and on my brows, doing two things at once. Can you do two things at once? I believe in you. I think you can. And I'm just doing these things to ensure that I have the look achieved the way I want it. Alright, for a much more natural look. And when you do your makeup, you want to make sure that you're still recognizable. So I'm going in with now my contour palette by Black Radiance True Complexion. And I'm using my contour brush from the Moda packet of brushes from the Magical set. And I used the darkest shade in the palette. It only comes with three shades: a light brown shade, a dark brown shade, and a highlighter shade to highlight wherever you please. But today I will not be highlighting. I'm just going in where my face is chiseled at. That would be my cheeks, the indents of my cheeks, my jawlines, and my forehead. And all I'm doing is just adding detail and definition to the features that are actually there. That's what I'm doing as I move my contour brush back and forth, just to fade out those dark lines. And then I use whatever has came onto the brush onto my forehead. And then I do the same on the different parts of my face. As you can see, I did not go back into my True Complexion contour palette because this is all I need. Otherwise, I would have smoky lines like I've been working on top of a chimney. And we do not want that. I do not want that. Okay. So I'm sucking in my cheeks just to make sure that the placement is correct. Making sure the placement is right, making sure that the lines are faded. You want to make sure every step of the way that you go, you want to fade everything away. Okay, so now I will be going in with my translucent powder in the color medium deep, and this is my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I love it so much. I love using it. The reason why I love using this so much is because when I put this underneath my eyes, the color just matches. And yes, I'm also baking where the highlighted spots are, my concealer, and I'm only going to put it underneath my eyes. But can you tell that the color medium deep matches my skin so well that all I'm gonna do is just keep it there, and that's it. Now I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Rose Gold Sunset palette, and I will be using my finger, and I went in with a dark purple shade. And yes, I am using my finger. I could use a brush, but I decided to use my finger. And it works just as well as an eyeshadow brush would. I just prefer using my finger because It applies much quicker and much better, in my opinion. So I'm giving myself the cat eye. And the dark purple, it appears to be black. It's giving me smoky eye, and that is exactly what I am going for, is a black smoky eye. I'm giving you Christmas after sunset. So I'm just going to do the other side. I was gonna think about doing the festive greens because I have before, but sometimes, most of the time, I go by what I have on at the moment. Even though I love me some The Grinch. Oh my God, The Grinch Stole Christmas. I love me some Jim Carrey. Shakrow, shakrow. I love me some Jim Carrey. Okay. Okay, that just sounded like some food when I said Jim Carrey the second time. But yes, so I went in on my eyeshadow. Now I am doing my lower lid with a light pink shade. So my camera battery went out, so I had to reposition my camera, so that's another angle. But yes, on my lower lid you can see me doing the light pink. Now I'm going in with rose gold on my lid. So I'm just patting that eyeshadow onto there, and it's giving me Christmas time at sunset with the candlelit dinner. Can you imagine? Just imagine. So yes, I'm doing it on both sides of my face. At the line of symmetry. Eyeshadow has to pop, okay? So now I'm going in with my e.l.f. black liquid liner. And how I apply my liner, I'm going to do a cat eye. And what I do is I go above my lash at the very beginning of where my eyelid lines, and I just follow the lining of my lid until I get to the tip, and then I form a cat eye. I form a very sharp angle, like so. Alekamso. Okay. I'm doing the same with my other eye. And if you're a beginner, take your time. If you're working with liquid liner, take your time. You could work with pencil. You could work with clay. It's up to you, boo. It is up to you. And feel free to pause my video whenever you please. So I'm done with that. It's good. And now we're moving on to the lashes. I get my lashes at the beauty supply, wherever, and I will be using lash adhesive. So I'm blowing it, and I just added a strip onto my lashes. And then I'm going to be applying them from the outer corner of my eye to the inner corner of my eye. And also, I place my lash on the top of my original natural lash hairs. That's just a reminder. Okay, so I finished my lashes. And last but not least, I'm going in with my NYX Butter Gloss. And no, this video is not sponsored by NYX, but I always seem to use an NYX product of lip gloss, whether it is a butter gloss or a matte lipstick. Must be my favorite. And I love to apply this on to my lips. Butter gloss is so moisturizing. It just gives me I could wear butter gloss for 3 hours straight and it remains the way it is. So I'm just adding in some hoops for my complete finished look. And I am now serving face. I'm giving it to you guys the way it is. I'm giving you mother vibes. I'm giving you Janet just turned 26, December the 6th, 2020. I know this year has been hard, but it's okay. Janet's makeup video came through to save the day on the 24th of December, 12/24/2020. You're welcome. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me continue to serve face, and can you see that violet blue, those violet blue curls? Can you see? They're actually violet and purple. I told you guys purple is my favorite color. So yes, all I'm doing is serving. So yes, get into the look, get into the whole look, get into it. Get into it. I had to give my ring light a little bit of shine. This is my ring light from Nugella, and so far it has been good to me. My baby trying to talk to me. He's 2.5. The baby. So I decided to tie my hair back up, and I actually recorded this video at nighttime. So as you can see, I am tired, and it was only 9 o'clock at night. I was ready to go to sleep, but these are the vibes that are needed in order for you to see the full glam look, using less than 10 makeup products from your favorite drugstore. As you saw my eyeshadow. So thank you guys so much for watching me. Like, comment, subscribe. Click that notification bell for more notifications. And this is just another scene of me serving face with white light on my ring light by Nugella. I'm actually loving this light. So, yes, guys, that is all, folks. And remember, these are not spirit fingers, these are spirit fingers. Until next time, I love you much. Y'all have a wonderful holiday season.